It was with this model of Sportage that I started to take Kia seriously. Hi guys, Eric here and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be having a look at a 2016 Kia Sportage 2-litre all-wheel drive. It does most things very well, but it does some things not so well. Permit me to explain.
A really big thank you to the accommodating, thoughtful and helpful staff here at ASJ Motors. They have a huge selection of quality used cars located in two locations in the Overberg region. One is in the industrial area of Hermanus, the other is located on the main road of Verliesdorp. They are open for business, so be sure to check out their catalogue, link in the description box below.
If you live in the Western Cape and you have an original car in good condition you would like me to review, please get in touch. There's an email address in the description box below.
The Sportage is a crossover SUV built by South Korean company Kia. It has been in production since the early 1990s and received massive bumps in quality and safety as Kia grew over the decades. The first generation was unveiled all the way back in 1993, I was 1 year old, and it remained in production for almost 10 years. It was based on a Mazda platform and had a Mazda-derived 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, which developed a healthy 95 kilowatt. It was also available with all-wheel drive and had some off-road capability. Combined with the low price, it was quite a package. It didn't sell well though, and it wasn't the safest, with post-1997 models being recalled twice for rear wheels that fell off while driving. It also received the lowest score possible from ANCAP, 1 out of 5 stars. The structure of the vehicle actually collapsed. The second generation, which was released in 2004, didn't do much better, achieving a 2 out of 5 stars from the IIHS, mostly due to a weak roof structure and poor head restraints. It was known as one of the most reliable cars of its era though, and, in England at least, was incredibly cheap to insure. Build quality was a massive step up too. It did lose its off-road ability though. This is the third generation. Codenamed SL, it began production back in 2010. It came with a choice of a 2-litre inline-4 turbo diesel engine, as well as a naturally aspirated 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol unit. Our test car is fitted with the latter. It produces 116 kilowatt and 192 newton meters of torque. That isn't exactly a lot, but we will get back to that. It did achieve a maximum 5 stars from Euro NCAP though, and won the JD Power ownership survey, so it has got that going for it. There's more though. It is a stunner. Even by 2021 standards, the Sportage looks fresh and unique. I love the big tiger nose grille with thin swept back headlights. The angular bumper adds quite a bit of sportiness to the equation. In profile, it is very well proportioned and errs on the side of engaging. These diamond-cut alloy wheels really add to the visual drama. The rear really looks like an angry, button-nosed robot with big red eyes. Boring, it certainly is not. What is the interior like though?
First impressions of the cabin is good, especially design-wise. Everywhere you look, there are neat little touches. For instance, these vertical air vents, the multi-tier center control stack, and this massive piece of silver plastic trim that makes up half of the front fascia. This ring around the gear lever adds a sporty touch as well. Now, I love cars with character, and the Sportage definitely delivers that in spades. Build quality is excellent too though, and fit and finish is very impressive. It is only when you start to look at the materials used where things go a bit pear-shaped. There are no soft touch plastics on top of the dash. This silver trim looks a bit naff and it's already starting to peel. Also, this piano black plastics that surround the climate controls aren't found anywhere else in the cabin, so it's lacking a bit of cohesion. These seats feel fantastic though, and the Napa leather on the steering wheel is soft and yielding. Let's take a closer look though, starting with the door panel. Well, design-wise at least, I think it looks great. It has a very edgy design with cuts and creases almost everywhere. It's practical too. The door pockets are of a good size and you get a second compartment integrated into the door's grab handle. The actual door handle is finished in metal and the door's armrest is finished in pleather and is softly padded. The window switches do feel a bit too cheap though, and the door looks too dark. They aren't the heaviest either, but it is by no means unacceptable. The steering wheel, much like the door panel, looks great as well. I love how the button clusters start to melt into the center. I also really like how the Bluetooth controls are on the bottom spoke. The buttons might not feel like the most expensive, but they provide excellent dampening. One shocking omission in my opinion though is the lack of reach adjustment in the steering wheel. This is odd because it can make a big difference when it comes to driving comfort. And while the stalks do provide excellent dampening and feel substantial, they look rather intimidating at first glance. The dials, on the other hand, look fantastic, like most Kias. I particularly love the font that Kia uses. It looks modern and engaging and suits the Sportage's interior design very well. The rev counter does look a bit pinched though, with the remaining space in the pod wasted. Regardless, you get a rather small full color drives information display that communicates a partially full trip computer as well as outside temperature. It is not controlled via buttons on the steering wheel, instead buttons next to the cluster itself, which I find quite interesting. What is even more interesting is a digital fuel and water temperature gauge that is designed to look analog. I quite like it. Moving to the infotainment system, it sadly suffers from the same thing that the bigger Sorento does. For some reason, Kia decided not to fit a bigger infotainment screen in South Africa, and this small screen looks lost in a sea of black plastic and big shortcut buttons. It is very difficult to operate on the move too because the actual text is so small. It is very responsive to my touch, however, and it comes very well equipped. Bluetooth audio, USB input, auxiliary port and CD player all come as standard, and the standard fit Infinity sound system packs a decent punch. Now for the climate controls. Not only do they look great, they also feel really premium. 2 dials control the temperature and 2 buttons control the fan speed. The only problem is that the buttons aren't unique, which means you have to take your eyes off the road to make sure you hit the right ones. These seats look really good, especially considering the car's age. They not only look comfortable, but feel comfortable in yielding as well. And the driver's seat is height adjustable and it has adjustable lumbar support. You don't get excellent sideball swing though, but I can certainly forgive it for that. With the design dealt with, let's talk practicality. When it comes to storage, the Sportage impresses. The well-dampened glove box is of a big size. You get a small rubberized tray in front of the gear lever, 2 wide and deep cup holders, a big space underneath the center armrest, big-ish door pockets, and a sunglasses holder. It's not exactly best in class, but it is not bad either. What's more, the storage in the center console is lined with rubber to help mitigate rattles. I love neat touches like that. Get in the back and things remain good. Knee room is excellent, fit room is adequate, and headroom is plentiful. The seats are also nice and comfortable and can even recline slightly. This is no Avanza though. Storage-wise, you get small door pockets, coin compartments, small nets behind each front seat, and 2 massive cup holders integrated into the drop-down armrest. The door's armrest is softly padded as well for extra comfort. It is worth noting though that the window line is quite high, so children don't get a great view out. Also, no rear air vents, which is a bit of a pity, but par for the course when the Sportage was released. Now for the boot. It is a really impressive piece of kit. Not only is it big for its class, 564 litres, but you also get 2 grocery hooks, 4 tethering hooks and a 12-volt socket. You even get a full-size spare wheel. Very impressive. The rear seats fold flat in a 60-40 split, and there is no ridge that hinders through loading, nor a boot lip. This is very well thought out and very practical. So far, I am impressed. What is it like when you drive it though? Starting with driving around town, the Sportage does quite well. It doesn't feel nearly as big as it actually is, probably because the controls are so nice and light. The clutch in particular deserves recognition here. The gearbox does feel a little bit notchy, and the engine is weak lower down the rev range. Another thing that isn't perfect is rearward visibility. There are big blind spots by the C-pillars, and the rear window is tiny. Thankfully, you get rear park distance control and a reversing camera, so parking won't be that big of a chore. Out of the twisties, and it does better than I was expecting. There is a bit of body roll, but it is well kept in check, and there is a good amount of grip on offer. The steering is odd though. It is direct, but it doesn't exactly inspire confidence. It feels artificial and rubbery. This could only be this test unit though. If your Sportage handles any differently, please let me know down in the comments. Out on the open road, and things are alright if you forgive one very obvious flaw. Road noise and tyre roar is quite apparent in here. Now I understand this isn't a Rolls-Royce, but I was expecting a bit better. Even on smoother surfaces, it isn't exactly quiet in here. The engine is also not the strongest, so overtaking does require some serious forward planning. Other than that, the seats are nice and comfortable, and the sound system does a great job of drowning out any unwanted noise. When it comes to the Kia's rivals, you are truly spoiled for choice. There is the Nissan Qashqai, which has great looks and a better built interior, but it isn't very reliable. Then there is Kia's sister car, the Hyundai iX35, which offers a better built interior, but it isn't quite as attractive. There is also the Ford Kuga, which, despite its terrible reputation, is a very capable all-round product. There are many more to choose from too. Regarding its reliability, Kia placed 11th out of 33 manufacturers, according to whatcar.com, which is very good, and this generation of Sportage seemed to be better than others. In fact, it won the prestigious JD Power Ownership Survey in 2012. There are some reports of leather on the seats ripping, premature fuel filter failure on diesel models, and problems with the start-stop system. However, it is known to be a dependable, well-built car. Okay, so it turns out Kia really understands what people want from a crossover SUV. Practicality, reliability, safety, and good looks. The Sportage delivers on all fronts. The only thing is its long-distance cruising ability isn't exactly best in class, and there are some small interior trim issues. Forgive that though, and you have a very capable and very attractive SUV on your hands. Well done, Kia. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. If you enjoyed the review, please remember to give it a thumbs up, as it makes a world of difference. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and get notifications of upcoming reviews. I have loads more coming up for you guys, so stay tuned. I've also started a TikTok channel that is almost the same but concentrated for you guys that don't have a lot of time on your hands. I can't wait to see you there. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Until next time, bye.